Stavros.
Hi there, Carl. Thanks for picking.
Yeah, hi.
With the Clifford alarm, do you know what it is? What the actual full name of it is?
No, it's called the Clifford alarm.
It's just called the Clifford alarm, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Right, because on here, there's a lot of different Cliffords on here, but it doesn't just say Clifford alarm. It has like Clifford Concept, Eagle, Advantage. It has quite a few different ones.
Oh, great. I'm just about to go online to teach, actually. So
When are you going online to teach?
now.
Okay, that's fine. What I'll do is I'll see what the rate, if the rate's changed, because it wouldn't be something I'd be able to add unless I kind of know what the full details are. Because it's like Clifford is more like a brand, and it's from what I can see, and it covers quite a few different things that it can cover. So I don't really want to put it down as something which is incorrect.
Right. Okay. Look, I'll just have to hang on a minute. I'm gonna have to 1 second. I'm just gonna have to look on my phone and give the guy a ring. Hang on. Right. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Sorry, I've got a lot going on at this minute.
No, that's okay.
Are you there, Stav?
Yes, hello.
Hello, I'm just on the phone to someone a minute. So it's live. It's live on YouTube. So if you want to click on that, I'll be with you in a moment.
All right.
Okay. Stavros, are we ready to go?
Yes, hello.
Hello. Unfortunately, Ivan, right? Do you know what? We had like 3 people a couple of minutes ago, and they're all gone.
Hang on, what? I can hear like another voice.
It's like ruined my life.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, what was that?
We had like 3 people online, man.
Oh no.
It's just like, where did they all go? Do you know what I mean? They suddenly like it's like the world is like I don't know. Oh my God, that guy looked weird. Look at that. I got a wall behind me. Do you know? We'll keep it. We've got to sort of be finished around 12 o'clockish. I know you like things done by about 12. See, I was here waiting at 10. You see, for you.
I completely forgot about it.
See, you've completely ruined my life, right? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if we can get some people online to join us. Just sort of like spread the word, like I
What
might,
about Even? Where was Even?
yeah. Can you guess where Evan's guess what Evan's excuse is today? Right.
He's trapped in a dungeon.
Close. He's gone shopping.
Oh.
Do you know? It's like not that he's just gone shopping, right? He's actually gone shopping. Right. Wait for it, to B&Q.
Oh. That's very typical.
Who actually goes shopping in B&Q? Do you know what I mean?
I know, it's like so last year, man.
It's just like so. No, 2 years ago, actually, not last year. It's just like two years ago. Yeah, I think sometimes, yeah, that's what I think.
That's a great opinion.
What sometimes there's a song there. There is, honestly. Yeah. Apparently, Anand got lost in London and she's never coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very terrible.
Well, yeah, I think I was upset for a minute.
It's tragic.
Yeah, it's tragic. Apparently, she got lost in a catacombs in London, right? And Tom paid for your nan to be placed into slavery. It's pretty minor in the stakes of life,
Yeah.
Just think you could go to school and you could say to people your nan is a slave.
Well.
So guess what? We've got at least 2 people online, so that's amazing. Do you know? It's on
the stream or here.
Yeah, cool. Right, so Stab, what have you been up to this week? Brilliant. I'm glad you told me that. Right. Oh, we've got to get another like on there, so make sure you like. So hang on. Who else should I share this to? Hang on. Should we chuck it on world history and art culture? And actually, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to put it on Weird as well. There's got to be a site called Weird. So Weird. No, we can't do Weird. And what about history? History. Oh, there you go. And we'll get started. Apparently, I can hear someone munching. It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Maybe it's... Yeah, that's true. Right, okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to look at, right, this person. No, hang on, let's get the person up, man. Do you know what? Things don't always work out the way you want them to.
That's life.
But the thing is, what if you have things work out the way you don't want them to?
That's life.
Oh, right. Are you looking at a weird image?
No, I can just see you and a wall behind you.
Oh, well, that's weird in itself, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, right, there we go. Oh,
look at that.
It's amazing, isn't it? There's these guys like there and falling over a wall.
Yeah.
Personally, I think they're really irresponsible.
Yeah, they are.
Just like they're standing there and they just fall over the wall. It's as if we care. Do you know what I mean?
I know. Like they're such honestly judgmental, man.
What are you being judgmental or am I?
The people are. They're attention seekers.
What? So in other words, a smiley face suddenly appeared on the screen, and like there's a load of people like standing there with trumpets, right? And the Ark of the Covenant. Who carries around the Ark of the Covenant with them? You know what I mean?
I know, so silly.
It's like a solid gold Ark of the Covenant, right? And all these guys turn up at the walls of Jericho. They like blow a load of puny trumpets, and the bloody wall falls down.
Yeah. Honestly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's disgusting.
Well, apparently they blew the trumpets and the walls of Jericho fell down.
Silly.
And that guy's trying to grab hold of a palm tree. Do you know what I mean? It's just like really wrong.
Yeah. Why? Honestly.
So right. I don't know what to say. Anyway, have you ever heard about the walls of Jericho crumbling down? Have you ever heard of that one?
No, but I have seen it in person.
What you've actually seen? Hang on a minute. Let's just stop this a minute. You've actually seen the walls of Jericho come down in person, but you've never heard about it before in your life.
Yeah, like you know this guy here.
What that guy there?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's me.
oh right. Oh right. So in other words, you were there, right?
I experienced it.
Ah, right. So you were there, but you don't know about it because you were dead afterwards.
Not so much dead. I was just in a coma and forgot everything, but I remember falling. But yeah,
Oh, that's amazing. I'm. You know what? It's so amazing that I've actually spoken to someone who's actually been in history.
yeah.
You know, actually, actually experienced proper history. So, you know, I just anything else you want to ask about this image while we're there?
Um,
Do you know we've
no.
lost all our watchers already? Flipping heck.
Oh, I'm
It's
meant
just
to be entertaining.
what it did. Yeah, I don't think they're really interested at all. Do you know what I mean? It's a complete fail. Oh God. Anyway, guess what this is?
A wall.
You're joking. You actually know that this is a wall.
I know, it's so surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so surprising. You know, it's just no. Actually, you are technically wrong. It's a tower.
I was gonna say a tower. In fact, I did say a tower. You misheard me.
You did say a tower, did you?
Yeah.
It is clearly a tower. Yeah, you are really right. Yeah, yeah. And this is the Great Tower at Jericho, which is apparently very old.
Oh, well, I happen. This person here.
What
It
person?
happens.
No,
You know
that's not.
the.
No, that's not a person at all. That's a hole in the ground.
Oh, well, it's me.
What do you mean? Where's you? You can't be everywhere. Oh, there's a guy down there.
Oh yeah, that's me.
That's a bloke. Look at that.
That's me.
What the hell? Joe, it's
Yep.
supposed. You know, I tell you what an ego problem that guy has. It's just like thinking, oh, by the way, we'll take a photograph of the wall, which is like 10 meters tall, right? And oh, by the way, I will be in the photograph.
So selfish.
You're so selfish, right?
I know. It's terrible. I actually built that wall. So.
You built it.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake, no. God, please help me. Sensibly, going back to where we are, the original walls of Jericho may have been built up to 11,000 years ago.
Well, I was there.
Well, can you remember the 14th of August, 11,000 years ago? Because what they did, they said, right, we know Jesus Christ is coming, right, in 9,000 years' time. But what we'll do, we'll like sort of like, you know, we'll make it easier for future archaeologists and like tell them what they did. They nailed a date up on there. This is 11,000 years old when you find it, which was really useful, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I think they were thinking ahead.
Well, that was actually all my idea.
They're putting the time on it and like when it was built.
Yep. In fact, I was Jesus Christ.
Oh God. Oh God. How can you be Jesus Christ? Because Jesus Christ was heaven a few weeks ago.
No, well, yeah, we're the same person.
Oh, that's why heaven's not here today, because you're the same person.
Yeah.
Oh God, please help me. Like this wall itself was excavated by the very great and eminent, right? Right. Hang on a minute. Let's just move it on. Her, there she is with a dog.
That's me.
What? That's you, the dog or the woman?
The woman and the dog.
Oh God. Oh, God, please help me. Right. So in other words, the walls of Jericho were excavated 11,000 years ago, as Stab told us, and they were being excavated by an archaeologist by the name of Kathleen Kenyon.
Mm.
And there she is.
I think you mean there I am.
What? There you are.
Yeah, I was the woman and the dog.
So what you're saying, right? When this was created 11,000 years ago, right? Not only did you build it, you are Jesus Christ, you're Kathleen Kenyon, and that guy standing there who she actually took a photograph of.
How much is it
Yep.
today?
I'm everyone. In fact, Carl, I am you.
Ah, right.
Hang on a minute, Stav. I need to write some details down. Hang on a minute. Just stay there, stay there.
Alright.
Yeah, go for it.
I need to pay, yeah? For the...
What, for Monday?
Yeah.
What do you need to pay for Monday? Right, hang on. Hang on a minute, Stav. I'm gonna just gotta take this call. I'm back with the Stav, right? We had an interruption from a future being. Stav! Hello? Where's he gone? Stav!
Hello, I was on mute.
Right, yeah. So we've got 3 people watching now. That's amazing. So when I go away, if I go away every 5 minutes, and then we'll get 6 people, and then we'll have another 50 people. Right. So in other words, what you were saying, what you were telling me was that not only that you're Jesus Christ, right? Yeah, you built this wall 11,000 years ago. You decided to put a plaque on it telling future archaeologists that it is 11,000 years old. You're that guy in the photograph down there, and also you are Kathleen Kenyon.
Yep.
So the question is, who are you?
I am Judas.
You are an apple.
Yeah.
Oh,
Apple.
right. What?
Apple.
Oh no, please. Oh God. Now we got to work out, right, where this place. What is so important about this archaeological excavation? The reason is that this place that we're looking at is mentioned in the Bible. Don't tell me you wrote the Bible, because I will absolutely go nuts.
I did actually write the Bible, and I also wrote the curriculum.
Oh well, that's really good. I bet you haven't got a turkey feather. No, you can't. See?
We don't have a badge.
Oh, that's close. God. Anyway, just as the walls of Jericho crumbled, so will all things built on human wisdom instead of God's truth. So in other words, whatever I say isn't as important as what you say, because as you're Jesus, you're the Son of God, you are God.
Yep.
Right, okay. But anyway, Jericho is there. There it is. You've got the Sea of Galilee, right? You've got the River Jordan, and you've got the Dead Sea. Have you any idea why it's called the Dead Sea? Don't say the obvious.
There's no salt water.
Oh, it's full of salt water, you bloody numpty.
There's no sea there.
Oh.
The sea is dead.
Right, there's lots of salt in the Dead Sea. That's basically it. basically, with there being lots of salt in the Dead Sea, not many things live in it.
Makes sense.
And when you go swimming in the Dead Sea, you're almost floating on the salt on the top. But salt, yeah, you know what I mean. It's like, oh God. Yeah. Anyway, the Dead Sea. It's not really a sea that lots of. What am I on about the Dead Sea for? We're talking about Jericho. Anyway, so you've got the River Jordan. Yeah, you've got the Sea of Galilee, right, and you've got the Dead Sea, and there's the Mediterranean, right. And Jericho is very important because it's the place to be, and she excavated it, which is in fact you, with a dog. Isn't it a bit greedy for you to be every person in history?
I can't help it.
So what you're going to say now is that you are in fact Napoleon.
I'm everyone.
All right. So hang on, if you're Napoleon, right, why did you lose Waterloo? That's the question I need to ask. That's the wrong answer.
I had no choice.
Oh, that's a good answer, right? Oh God. Anyway, there's Catherine Kenyon back at home. You know, there she is with a lovely dog. And there she is. Doesn't she look like your great grandmother Rosamond?
Oh yeah. Yes, it does.
Therefore, technically, it could be you. Oh. Right. Okay. Right. So doesn't that look much more? You know where you are now.
Yes.
Eastern part of the Mediterranean. Jericho, Judea, Dead Sea, the River Jordan,
Monaco.
the Sea of Galilee. It's all there. Wouldn't it be great to go to a place called Joppa?
It would be, yeah.
Just you could say, oh, by the way, gang, I went to Joppa the other week.
Yeah.
Joppa. And imagine if you lived in a place called Scythopolis.
Or Jabbok River.
Or Caesarea. That's a really famous one. Caesarea. Yeah, that's cool. Caesarea. Or Jabbok River. What?
Yeah, you live in a river.
Who comes up with a name like that?
Me.
You? Oh, right. Okay. Please don't tell me that's you on top.
It is in fact me.
You look old in that photograph.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is looking down at the archaeological excavations of the wonderful. Basically, it's like, why are you hanging upside down? It's terrible. Do you know that? It really works, don't it?
It does, yeah.
It really does. Oh my God! I'm gonna do this. Hang on. How do we do this again? Oh, we got.
You go onto the little arrow by stop video, and then choose virtual background.
Arrow by stop video.
And then it says rotate 90 degrees.
Oh, this is just so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rotate. Let's just do a bit of rotation. Well, whilst anyone watching on this, right? They should like try this at home. Right, rotate. Oh, where's the rotation? Oh yeah, wicked. So it's like,
Yeah, and just way back and forth.
That's just so amazing.
Whoa.
It's just like, oh my God, it's just so good, isn't it? Have you ever seen the oh God, Lost Boys?
No.
And it's like there's like all these sort of vampires on the ceiling, and they got them, and they're doing this, and you actually genuinely think they're upside down, but they're not.
No.
It's just but there's one problem, Stav.
Well.
My hair.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Hang on a minute. hang on, we've got to do the hair thing. Hang on, mate. So the only way of doing my hair, right, would be to spike it up this way. No, I'd just be like, no, you've got to have it like this, don't you? And it's just like, you got to have it, it's like spiked, and it. See, it goes back down. That's the bad thing.
It's terrible.
Do you know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah.
Christ almighty. I got to get back to normal, unfortunately. Can you imagine people watching the screen and they're going like this? Oh right, oh god, this is just all right. Anyway, but back to where we were. We were supposed to be doing Jericho, right? And amazingly enough, we still got 2 watchers. So this is just I don't know. They must be as mad as us. Anyway, so excavations there. 20 basically, it was they found this tell, basically a mound by the modern city of Jericho, right, which is called a tell, Tell, and the mound itself where they excavated is called Tell el Sultan, right? So basically, the mound of the Sultan, right, is where they excavated, and there she is. She's basically sat there thinking, "This is amazing." She's recording what she's seeing, the wonderful archaeology, all that she's excavating, right? And she decides when she excavates, right? Let's go back to this. Basically, as she's excavating, she records everything in the layers, so she can like individually read those layers. So something's happening in that layer and something's happening in that layer, and you're going down, and she's able to read all the layers as you go down. So she's able to work out the dating, like pages in a book. So there you go. And there she becomes a dame as well. Dame Kathleen Kenyon. When she's about 60 odd. And there she is. I tell you what, right? Let's have a conversation with her in the storeroom. Kathleen, right? Where's the bones? And she's thinking, they're everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Oh, where's the pottery? And she's thinking, oh, what a bunch of numpties. It's on the table. Do you know what I mean? It's that type of look. Go on, ask her a question and we'll answer.
Kathleen, where is your hair?
What's that?
Where is your hair?
What do you mean, where's my hair? Are you thick or something? It's on my hair. Do you know what I mean? You've got to ask her another question. Go on.
Okay. Kathleen,
Yeah.
where are you currently standing?
Why am I apparently standing?
No, like, where are you currently standing?
I'm standing in a building in Jericho, right? And these are all the artifacts that we've been excavating, right? And some of these artifacts in the room date to 11,000 years ago, but the pottery doesn't date to more than about 8,000 years ago. All right, are you clear on that? Yeah, do you get it? Are you understanding this?
Yeah.
They didn't have pottery 11,000 years ago. You getting it? Right, now leave the room. Leave the room. Go. Don't want to see you again.
Bye.
And amazing enough, Kathleen Kenyon has actually gone into a time machine. She's gone years forward, right? And basically, she dies the following year in 1978.
Oh, that's terrible.
So, which one are you in that photograph? That's definitely me standing behind. So you've got the option of being that woman on the seat or him.
I'm all of them.
All right. No, you can't be that guy, right? So that guy turns around and says, "Look, Kathleen, you're going to die the following year." No, I'm not. You are. No, I'm not. You are. If you go on, I'll kill you. And that was it. I tried to warn her, right? So she died in 1978. And do you know what the amazing thing is, right? Guess when she was born, right?
1978. 1979.
No, wrong. Come on, guess. Do you know what? Do you know my date of birth?
April 27th.
No, the 5th of January 1906.
Oh.
She was born in 1906. Amazingly enough, isn't that great?
That is great.
No, but the amazing thing is, right? Me and Kathleen, right, we're brothers. She was born on the same day as me. There's a chance of in 366 depending on if it's a leap year or 365, that she's the same birthday as me, and she is. All amazing people, including me, are born on the 5th of January. That's a fact. What are you laughing for?
My face.
There's nothing wrong with it being born on the 5th of January. Are you saying you've got a problem with people born on the 5th of January? You have.
I'm going
What the hell is he looking at? And that guy's saying, look, you know, what? You can imagine a conversation, can't you? Kathleen Kenya's going, right, what are we having for dinner? And that guy's saying chips. And he's saying, I want vegetables. And he's saying, oh my God, get a life. And she's saying, I want chips. He's saying, I want chips. And she's saying, if you want chips, right, I will cut your legs off. And Kathleen Kenyan's saying, right, I'm standing next to you, right, I've got a stick. Are you seeing the stick there?
Yeah.
You don't agree with us having chips, right? And he's saying, oh, we'll have sauce as well. And Kathleen's going, oh, what a bloody idiot. I'm the idiot, by the way. And he's saying, well, we've got to have red sauce. And I'm saying, yeah, that's good. That's good. And we all have chips.
That's amazing.
Amazing, isn't it? Do you know, it's amazing having these conversations about people in history. So there she is. She sat there looking at the walls of Jericho. And she's saying, I have identified that the archaeology at Jericho goes back 11,000 years, right? And actually before that, we do believe that people may have... Stop it, she didn't have a moustache. If you're going to draw a moustache, you've got to draw a small moustache. Start again. Thank you. Even a beard would be good. Right, yeah, small moustache. Small. Thank you. If you're gonna do a small moustache, you've got to do a beard as well. Anyway, so basically, what the hell's that? The bicycle moustache.
Yeah.
No, Stav. Let me show you how it's done properly, right? I'm gonna draw one at the top of the screen, and then you can draw one, right? So we got like this here. We got there it is. There, that's it. That's one there.
That's very good. That's very good.
It's amazing, isn't it? That's called a bicycle moustache. Some of them have bicycle moustaches back then, right? Like this, and they go. Oh. Some of them had them so long. Oh, that's more like it. Bicycle moustache. Oh God. Anyway, what we found out with the walls of Jericho is it is likely that maybe people were living there as far back as 14,000 years ago. 14,000 years ago, which is so far away. Anyway, 11,000 years ago, they were building a wall around this place, right? And they had like a wall. They had like a settlement, a town with like 3,000 people living there. It's believed to be the first walled city anywhere in the world ever, right? We do have other settlements around this time, right? If we look at the archaeology at the place called Çatalhöyük, right, which is in Turkey, right, which you got really evidence. That didn't have a wall around it, and that's a little bit later, right? So this being the first great city on the planet with a wall around it and a population of up to 2,000 people, which may have caused diseases to develop. Like, I know you've had a bit of leprosy because your leg fell off the other week, didn't it? But tuberculosis, right? All these terrible diseases, and it's believed that there's evidence that some of the early diseases may have actually started in places like Jericho. Yeah. But what you could think, right? You could have an apartment block up there, right? And you could have a Kalashnikov rifle, and anyone wandering across the ruins, you could shoot at them for a laugh. No, maybe not. I don't think so. No, that's not a really good idea, is it? Shooting at people.
No.
No, I didn't think so. Anyway, Jericho, the excavations at Jericho, right? Oh my God, there it is. Now, the most controversial thing is this is sort of in, as we would call Palestine, right? The West Bank and the Gaza Strip. You say Gaza if you're from Cardiff, Gaza. You know what I mean? Gaza, like Gaza. So the Jericho itself, this wonderful city mentioned in the Bible, and we do believe, right, that Joshua. Good old Josh. You remember Josh?
I am Josh.
Oh, no, please tell me. No.
No, I'm joking. Josh is my favourite friend.
Oh, thank God for that. You can't be everyone in history. It's just too greedy.
But I'm my own favourite friend, so I'm Josh.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Right, anyway. Apparently, right, Jericho is associated with the Canaanites, right? From around 4,000 years ago. And it's believed that Joshua and the Israelites, there's a song there, on the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down, whoa, and the rivers of Babylon, do 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 do. Right, that's enough. Anyway, so what the hell? Yeah. Anyway, it's believed that Joshua, right, with his Israelites, got to the walls of Jericho, right, with the Ark of the Covenant, which Indiana Jones managed to basically Indiana Jones in the film Raiders of the Lost Ark managed to stop the Germans taking the Ark of the Covenant to Germany, right?
Yeah.
It's just it was left in a box. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was left in a box. So
Yes.
so where are we again? Anyway, right, Joshua. You can imagine the walls of Jericho when the Canaanites and Joshua's got his Israelites, right, and they can't do anything about the walls, right. So anyway, what they did, they opened the Ark of the Covenant, blew the trumpets, and the wall fell down, right. But interesting enough, when we hang on, there we go. This is great. There we go. When the walls it possibly happened, right, that there was an earth tremor, right, because there's two tectonic plates. There's the African tectonic plate and there's the Arabian tectonic plate. And as they sort of moved, as they moved, right, I got referred to as a racist once for doing that. Anyway, yeah. Something like that. Anyway, the African and the Arabian plate may have moved, and there was like an earth tremor, and it happened to be the Israelites were actually there at that time, and there was an earth tremor. They blew their trumpets, opened the Ark of the Covenant. It all happened at the same time, and the walls fell down. But there is one interesting thing, Stav, right? We've got archaeological evidence that the walls at Jericho may have been rebuilt over 20 odd times. So they constantly, well, how careless, the walls kept on crumbling. What the hell's your problem, pal? Why didn't you build it in the first place? And then the guy says, well, you didn't tell me the wall had to stand for 11,000 years. Do you know what I mean? Well, Stav told us that the walls need to stand 11,000, but I didn't know that. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't even read. Oh my God. Anyway, it's sloppy building. I got to be honest with you. But this tower is still standing after thousands of years. How does that work out? The guy who originally built this, who was you, knew how to build a wall, right? But all the other walls seem to crumble. I know what it was, right? What it was. You get washing machines today, right? The original washing machines used to work forever, right? They used to go on and on, right? But there is a big problem, Stav. If you build washing machines that work forever, if you're a washing machine manufacturer and you've sold all your washing machines, nobody wants to buy washing machines anymore, right? So what you do, you make washing machines that don't last a long time. Get it? So you're always going to want to buy washing machines.
No.
Yeah. So in other words, right, not to say that they had washing machines. Don't you get it?
No.
All right,
No
let me
washing
do.
machines.
No, right. Okay, right. Okay, let me do this again, right? If you build a wall, right, and you build a wall forever, that'll be the last job you do.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants walls anymore because you built walls that last forever. But if you don't build walls that last forever, people will always need you to build walls.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Yeah? So let me give you an example, right? People have still got cars that still were still made in the 1950s and 60s because they still go, right? Because they still work. But there's a problem in that. When people make new cars, they're not going to want to buy them because the original cars that they bought are still working. So what we do today, we make cars that don't last a long time. Yeah?
Or they stop making the parts that they need.
Bastards. Well, that's the other way out, isn't it? You know, so selfish. So what they do, they design new cars. Oh, now you've really mucked it up now. That's not the point. Actually, Stav, it's a really good point because somebody might think, actually, I don't like that wall, right? I want a different wall. But I made that wall forever. It's going to last forever. But you're never going to get work again. So what we'll do, if you demolish that wall and build another wall, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I think I know what I mean. I nobody else bloody does. But oh God. Anyway, the main thing is that there were more than my God, we did start off with 4 people. Now we're down to 1.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think these people appreciate how much effort doesn't go into these classes.
No.
There we go. Basically, if you look at the plan there, you can see like an inner wall and an outer wall, right? So in other words, what happened, right? The geezer who built the wall in the first place said, this wall will last forever. And they said, hang on a minute, we don't need that wall anymore because we need to build houses outside the wall. And he said, that's a bit bloody stupid, isn't it? Anyway, so they built another wall. The only equivalent is like you buy a car, right? And it's the best car you've ever bought in your life, right? And you give it a name and you look after it and you polish it and whatever. Think, can't be arsed with you anymore. I'm going to buy a new car. And the car sat there thinking, hang on a minute. Look at me. And you don't use it anymore, so you build another wall.
Horrible.
Terrible. Anyway, you can see. Can you imagine if you slipped and fell into that?
There'd be no more than certain death.
You go out. Mind you, if it was all soft sand and you hit the soft sand and your head went into the sand, right? Or you'd be dead anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I know.
Did that happen to you once?
Yeah, I did actually.
Shut up. Oh. Anyway, talking about layers, right? Layers. Let's do layers, right? There's a layer. That's a stone layer, and there's all these different layers. There you go, all the way going down. And there's another stone layer. All these different layers going down. More stone layer. Another bit of a stone layer. Can you see all these different layers? So all these layers are really important for archaeologists to read. So in other words, get an idea of dates over time. So I actually see the development of the site, death, destruction, all the rest of it, and all the bloody walls. Got that? Good. I'm glad you were taking note. Really. So in other words, the later stages of walls and buildings at Jericho are these ones here. Which one's you?
So
That one's me there.
I am this person.
Well, that person there. Oh, that's Stavros, yeah.
I'm gonna change it.
Where's Evan?
Evan is.
There's Evan underneath the donkey.
Oh, yeah, there's it.
He's milking it.
Everyone here.
What?
I'm everyone here.
You're everyone. I gotta be honest. I gotta have a word with your teacher in school because you know you're really greedy about. So when you're in class, everyone says Stavros. Yeah, what it is, right? We're gonna do the register now, right? Here we go. Stavros here. Stavros here. Stavros. He's away. Stavros here. Stavros. He's away. Stavros here. Stavros here. Stavros. Right, okay. He's away. Stavros. I'm here and I'm here. So there's 2 people called Stavros in the class, right? That's amazing. So in other words, this great wall that dates back probably up to 9,000 years ago or even longer. That's actually that tower there, right? And they started building towers on there. That is actually it's hollow, so you can actually go down in there. maybe what we could do is get a ladder and go down there and have one of these Zoom classes.
Yeah, that'd be fabulous.
We could talk about Evan not existing.
Or Evan would come, but he might get stuck down there.
And he might not be able to go to B&Q next week.
Yeah, be horrible, be tragic.
Yeah, it would. But the interesting thing is the wall is really, really deep, so that gives you an idea of age. So even though it's like nearly 10-meter tall wall, however, the point is, it's about another 6 or 7 meters before you actually get there. So that gives you an idea of the age of the wall, a very ancient wall. And here, Catherine Kenyon was excavating here between 1951 and 1958. More of it there. And what she did, she didn't excavate all the site. She sort of excavated only bits of the site. It's a really great picture there. And there's a tree.
That's me.
It's a juniper berry tree.
That's me.
You break my leg. You break my vow of silence. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
I am the Messiah.
He's not the Messiah. Kill him. Kill the unbeliever. Stone him.
Me equals Messiah.
You are the Messiah.
Yep.
You know, I think the most wonderful thing in the life of Brian is when Brian's mother goes out and says, "He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy." Mum, can I speak to the crowd, please? Oh, you can have him for 1 minute. You don't need to follow me. You don't need to follow anyone. You're all individuals. And this one guy says, "Well, I'm not."
Oh, yes, you are.
The problem is that's like a double thing. You know, he's saying that you're all individuals, and the next minute, right, somebody says, "Well, I'm not an individual," because everyone agrees that they're individuals. So the only one who's an individual is the one who says, "I'm not an individual." Does that make sense? Do you know what I believe? Right, turkey feathers, right, were the original ones that the Native Americans used.
Oh, Christ.
Well, actually, what I'm thinking of doing is getting a full headdress of turkey feathers. Right, here we go. So I go. Actually, I really respect the Native Americans because I love their rain dancing. We could do a rain dance. My God, we've got 4 watchers. Oh, we've got to be censored. Mind you, I think because we're absolutely nuts, I think people are loving it. Anyway, those who are watching, please like, subscribe, and even join. And next week, we'll be doing... we're not doing this next week, are we? We're doing it every fortnight. Sorry, guys, we'll be doing it for 2 weeks' time. So,
if you don't like and subscribe, I'll come to your house.
Oh my God! Like and subscribe, right? So we got to get to this wonderful. My God, we got to be really sensible now, Stout, because we've got 4 watchers. Oh my God, amazing! Right. Anyway, ancient Jericho. I love this plan. This is so great. Do you know what I really like is plans and maps like this is so great, brilliant. And basically, there we go. We've got the 2 towns, and we'll just read a little bit of this. Towns became bigger and their populations increased. So in other words, what Jericho itself was the first one. So it's sort of talking about the dates for this are actually slightly earlier than the dates that I've given. So you've got the Natufians, who are hunter-gatherers, who are said to have established something in about 14,000 years ago, 12,000 years BC. Well, I'm given the dates of about 11,000 years ago, right? So it says towards... here we go. There we go. Towards 9,400 years, the settlement had become more than 70 houses, with around 1,000 inhabitants and something unprecedented. With a wall being 3.5 meters high, massive. Well, actually, 3.5 meters high is like tall, just taller than this room is good enough. Right, 2 meters thick, and then. You've seen the tower that we've been looking at? There we go. The tower behind me. That's the tower that they built, right? Up to over 11,000 years ago. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. Shut up. What's that?
I built that tower.
You built that tower, did you? Well, it's no surprise because you've been telling people like you've been building a tower for the whole thing. It's no big deal. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
pointless whispering it to me. Oh my God, we lost 2 subscribers because you said that. So in other words, the buildings that they originally built were like square and rectangular buildings. And then weirdly enough, around 7,000 years ago, the wall wasn't really used as much. They thought, we can't be bothered to use the wall much, you know, or the tower, right? And basically so we've got 7,000 years BC, which is 9,000 years ago, right? And around 9,000 years ago, between about 9,000 and 8,000 years ago, probably a little bit earlier than I said, they started using pottery. But they weren't actually using the square buildings anymore. They were building round buildings, which is really strange because what happens, Stav, is this. You build round buildings, right? Then you build square buildings. You put a wall around something and you start using pottery. At Jericho, they do it the half backwards. They build the wall. They build the square buildings. They don't use pottery. And then later on, around 9,000 years ago, they build circular buildings and they actually start using pottery. What a bunch of numpties.
Honestly.
Honestly, I tell you what, they must have all come from Barry.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, this is a key point, right? Around 9,000 years ago, the people actually living there were actually from outside the area. So they could have been from Barry. No, that's completely unlikely because, you know, Barry didn't even exist back then. And so good. Who wants Barry to have been existing all those years ago? Anyway, right. So anyway, they had these square buildings, right? And they started building courtyarded buildings. And the big things changed about 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, when you got the Canaanites and you got the Israelites and Joshua. I knew Joshua really personally well. We went to the pub once and I got him drunk. I wasn't you, was it? I didn't get you drunk. Oh my God, that's really bad. Anyway, so what happened, right? So forgetting all that stuff then, what we do find is that there's evidence that around 11,000 years ago, they're actually planting crops. And then around 9,000 years ago, they got sheeps, goats, and they start going on to cattle. The other amazing innovation is that they actually built 2-story buildings as well. So instead of having a ground floor building alone with a flat roof, you had a first floor building and that. So, you know. And the other weird thing is about this whole story about Jericho. Do you know what I say? I bring in bees. Right, because interestingly enough, what happens is that the people that come in from the north have got a new type of bee, right, which is a friendly bee, right? Get it? Yeah. It's a bee going, I am so friendly. Yeah. And I'm a really vicious bee, and they put the two together, and they got like these really nice honeybees, and they would have lived on the roofs in beehives and stuff. And there's that guy called Joshua. Oh, I want the walls to they're freaking crumbling down. Yeah, it's cool. I think that guy Joshua was a right numpty, to be honest with you.
Yes, he was. He still is.
He still is a numpty. By the way, Stav, you find somebody's. I'm going to put a handlebar moustache on someone. You do one, and we'll have a little competition. Right. I'm going to do him. No, that's crap, innit? No, I'm not doing that.
That was really bad. Can't lie.
I'm sorry, Stav. That was really, really bad, wasn't it?
It was.
That'll do. And you go, right. There's his handlebar moustache. And that guy's got a pair of scissors in his hands. He's got, and that guy over there's got the other scissors, and they want to cut off his handlebar moustache.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Pretty good, but it's not a really good pair of scissors because it's actually 2 swords, and it just don't work. Anyway, whilst they're doing all that, the walls crumble. Makes sense.
Yeah.
We don't exactly know when it happened. It's probably around 4,000 years ago. I got a Munchkin who's come in the room. What do you want, Munchkin?
I'm just about to get some breakfast. I don't know why I came over here.
You know, do we really need to know that?
No, I have no idea why.
What? Hang on. Why has a tower in history got chicken pox? Towers don't have chicken pox, do they?
I don't know.
There's a tower with chicken pox. It's called chicken pox. There. And even the air around is called chicken pox as well.
Okay, that's interesting.
And what happens, right? They got an earth tremor. These guys know the Israelites, right, 4,000 years ago. And then what happens, right? Joshua happens to be there. He gets the trumpets blowing with the Ark of the Covenant. The walls start to crumble and he takes all the glory.
It's disgusting.
Instead of Mother Nature, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Bye.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing anyone ever did. I got to be honest with you. That is the best thing anyone ever did, just going. Flipping heck. Do you know, I've lost the plot already.
Mm.
Oh my God, the spots! Oh no, they gone. I don't want them there. Please take them away. I don't want the spots. Oh no, I got spots in front of my eyes. They're everywhere. Oh my God, I got spots. I don't. Right, I am a spot. I tell you what, Stav, right, in the next image, they will disappear. They won't come back again, and my eyes will be fine. The spots have gone.
Lucky for you.
Guess what this is called? The Jericho skull.
I wonder why it's called the Jericho skull.
Can you get... this is called the Jericho skull. Any ideas why it's called the Jericho skull? Because it's a skull and it's found in Jericho.
I don't think it's a skull.
No, it is a skull. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It is actually a skull. Do you know what I mean? It is. I was going to say it's a living and breathing skull, but that would just be completely wrong.
That wouldn't be very normal.
What, living, breathing skull?
No, that's not very normal at all.
I don't know what's happened. What the hell? Anyway, this is a skull, and basically what it was, Kathleen Kenyon found a load of skulls, right? And these skulls are probably about 9,000 years old or somewhere thereabout. And what they were skulls that had been filled with mud and stuff, right? And the mud and stuff that they were filled with, they didn't want to take the plaster on the outside out, and they didn't want to take the shells out the eyes, right? So what they did a CT scan. And what they then found out was that the CT scan revealed that the head had been boarded and sort of elongated, right? Like sort of made a little bit sort of thingamajig. Oh, sorry, it was bad sound effect. It was elongated, right? And basically, and this guy died when he was about 40 years old.
Oh wow.
We know he died when he was 40 years old because he was buried with his death certificate, and it said it said 9,000 years BC, before Jesus Christ, and his name was Eric.
That's a very nice name.
It's a very nice name, Eric, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I think it is personally. But anyway, so basically there was a number of these skulls, and they found out that the head had been boarded, right? Because at the back of the skull, you've got this. You don't usually have this in a normal human skull, right? So yeah, no, you don't. Well, so it was shaped strangely, right? Anyway, so what we believe is that sometime around 9,000 years ago, these people were like ancestor, very important people. And then they used to carry them around and they say, yeah, this is Dave. Right, yeah, great. So 100 years on, they thought, who the is Alice? Right? And then that's where the song come from. They didn't know who Dave was, so they just they had these heads around and they used to move them around a bit and they didn't know what the hell they were. Does that make sense? I'm glad it does. And then finally, by the way, we should have finished by now, but what we're going to do, we're going to do the last bit now. This is, now, one amazing thing at Jericho, right, was not that they wrote songs about it. One of the amazing things at Jericho was that they actually, what did they do at Jericho? Yeah, they found out through Kathleen Kenyon's archaeological evidence of the excavations of her bones, right, they found out, right, that that the bones themselves showed, the later ones from about 6,000 years ago showed signs of tuberculosis and leprosy, and then the earlier ones didn't show any signs, right? So what happened is that archaeologists worked out that the earlier bones that were radiocarbon dated, right, were from people who weren't exposed to many diseases, but as people moved in a great city, right, or a town like this is, 2,000 years ago, 9,000 years ago, and so on. And then 8,000 years ago, and by around 6,000 years ago, diseases had developed because people were living in close proximation with other people and animals, and they probably caught diseases from animals that then mutated into human diseases, and therefore given us leprosy and tuberculosis and other things like that. And how is that familiar? Look at COVID, when it's believed that COVID may have actually come from another mammal, and therefore with close proximation with people, spreading into people, killing millions of people, and therefore this type of thing with diseases spreading within towns and cities happens throughout history. So there we go. Oh, there's the story of Jericho and the archaeology. So anyone online wants to ask any questions, put them on quickly, because we'll be oh, there we go. Very interesting. Thank you. Oh my God. We've got Kinovkova Alexandriska. So I probably haven't said your name right, but Alexandriska, if you want to put a question up there, fine. But Stav, that's brilliant. I'm glad somebody's found this interesting. I found this interesting, so that's two of us. Stav found this interesting, so that's great. So any questions anyone wants to ask us online, they can do so. But whilst we're doing this, right, we're gonna stop the sharing, and I'm going to say to everybody online, if you would like to subscribe, like, and even join the channel, go to the either the red box below, which is the subscribe. Make sure you like or press the blue box if you want to join my channel, which is £1.99 a month. Which Stav loves everything I do because he thinks I'm a legend. Right, Stav, anything you'd like to ask before we finish?
No.
I said to somebody a while ago, Jesus loves you, and then they said, no, he doesn't. And I said, well, how do you know Jesus doesn't love you? Well, I don't love him. And I'm thinking, love's not a two-way thing, isn't it? You can love somebody and they don't give you love back, you know.
It's horrible.
I loved a mass murderer once. Obviously, he didn't like me because he tried to kill me, but you know. There you go. Do you know, it's a bit like Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin, right? You might love Joseph Stalin and Adolf Hitler, but does he love you? You in particular, you, Stav?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because your nose isn't big enough for a start. Mine is, and that means that you are different. But mind you, we're all individuals, but Stav isn't.
It's huge.
It's huge. On that note, are there any questions?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
No? Right, so what we're going to do, we won't be doing next week now. We'll be doing the following after, right? And whatever you do, no burning your nose hairs. Right, because I've seen people put stuff up their nose that goes hard, right, and they put it like a lolly stick on the end, and they pull it out, and they pull all their hairs out. Why would you do that?
Disgusting.
It is disgusting, right? It's like having a goose feather for Christmas. Do you know what we should do in people's membership packs? We should just like put a goose feather in there and just like thinking. You can imagine now they're bringing all the stuff out the envelope. Oh, that's good. A torch, that's good. A cuddly toy. Thing to put on your head, that's good. Even a full cup of tea with the contents, that's good. And a goose feather. But it's not a goose feather. It's actually from a turkey.
That is something, isn't it?
And I'm thinking, why have they done this? And forever then they're going to be thinking, why have we got a turkey feather in here?
Yeah.
Should I actually put labels on them saying turkey feather? Right, so they know.
Yeah.
I think
They'll probably live for the rest of eternity now.
Well, they will, because they got a goose feather. Yeah. We do have a question. Where did they learn to build the walls? I joined you. Great work. Actually, what we got to do, we got to write two things for our friend online. So we got to put the next date when we're on. Yeah. So me, Stav, and the Evan will be next online on the 24th of July. So we're next here. On 24th of July. So weirdly enough, all the questions seem to be like so way behind. It's like, yeah, it seems to be like a minute behind. I'm still looking at the screen. We're still doing a turkey feather, right? So basically, our friend on here, Alexandriska, right? Now the question is, where did they learn how to build the wall, Stav? Any ideas?
That their dad taught them.
That's the question. Is we don't know how where they got the skills to learn to build these walls. This is the great thing, you know. Forget about the Von Daniken stuff and aliens and all of them and the rest of it, right? Forget about all that, right? But the main thing is we do believe the following. Now this is really, really sensible. What I'm going to do is actually going to put if you wanted to join, we're going to put this on here as well. If you wanted to join, I'll answer the question about the wall now, and that'll be the last question of the day, I think, because Stav can't be asked to ask any questions because he's got to be burnt at the stake. Isn't that right, Stav?
No.
What? Right. So the answer to the question, where the thing is, Stav, right? If you lived in North America, right, and I lived here, and we had no links between each other, the first thing we would do as groups of people get together, we might start to build settlements, right? And then eventually we might start to build, right, what we're going to do to like keep the settlements safe from animals and other people. So you might build a ditch or a bank around it, right? So you're thinking the same thing in one part of the world, and I'm thinking the same thing in another part of the world, but there's no links between us, right? So what happens is that idea that we evolve, and it's probably likely that they actually built a stone wall rather than a mud brick wall because there were lots of stones lying around from previous geological activity. So they used stones instead of the mud brick that the people used in regards to the Mesopotamian landscape between the river Euphrates and the river Tigris. So that's basically the answer why they built walls. So thank you very much for joining us, Kinohovna Alexandriska, which I think is a good way of putting it. I think that's good, Stav. So any questions, Stav, before we finish today?
No.
No. Quickly, do you want to look at my frog on a stick? There he is.
That's a cool frog on a stick.
He's been there for years. He won't leave me. So it's like he's thinking, right, you know. And then we got the final one. We got the other frog who's up here, and he's praying. He's praying for an end. I don't know what end to what. There he is. He's even got his little stickers on it. Like, here you go. It's beautiful products for the home. And there he's going. He's going, I am praying for the end of the world. Well, it's not going to happen next week, mate. All right, that's fine. We got an agreement there. That's cool. Right, on that moment, Stav, I'll see you in 2 weeks then. Oh, by the way, Stav, before we go, there's no other questions. So, Stav, I will see you in 2 weeks, and we'll go from there. Take care. And I'll see you then.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra, Stavros. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye. Anyway, thank you for everyone watching online, and that's been very good of you. And again, thank you very much. So if there's no more questions online, I'm going to hang around here for a brief moment or so to see if there's anything else. But if not, we're going to call it a day. Thank you very, very much. I'm just going to make sure those images are off there, and we're going to stop that. I'm going to be alone on the screen by myself, and that's it. Anyway, thank you for everybody watching today. I'm going to say goodbye, and that's goodbye, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Right, goodbye. Thank you very much. There's my live stream for the week. I do live streams a lot, actually. We do other live streams throughout the week. So